When we activate this fifth element, the akasha, the ether, it can take us into those mystical realms of life, deeper dimensions. So welcome to another space. Just to mix things up. So strap day today, strap day. I dimmed down the lights a little bit and put the fairy lights to make it more cozy, because today's topic is pretty mystical. So we're going to be talking about the fifth element, ether. And this is the element that it's the least talk about. We talk a lot about fire, air, earth, water, but not a lot about ether. And I believe this mystical element is pretty important, because without ether, without space, we would not exist. So I want you to think about a paint. Think about a Dali or Van Gogh's paint. It would not exist unless you have the canvas. So the container where you have that paint, the container that we are, that is ether. That is the space that we occupied on this earth. So go ahead and grab your strap, put it handy, and I'm going to be facing you, but you can face the front of your mat. Take a moment to center and simply close your eyes. Initiate the class with a deep breath in and exhale slowly. As you finish arriving, simply begin to notice your presence and the space that surrounds your body. That element we call ether or akasha, we cannot see, but we can feel. So breathe in, connecting to ether, and breathe out. This element represents our energy, the human spirit, and the energy that allows us to connect to the source that we all are. So with that in mind, connecting to your space, your sacred space, taking one more breath in and breathing out slowly, opening your eyes and prepare to play with your strap. So grabbing your strap or your towel, whatever you have handy, and simply bringing that strap in front of you, shoulder level, allowing your strap to go up, but keep your elbows bent, and bring that strap behind your back. And we're going to be flowing with this. So up and forward, and up, bending elbows and backwards. Now keep moving at your own rhythm, trying to open your collarbone, maintaining your spine erected, active core. One more breath in and one more breath out. We're gonna stop with the band behind our back. Again, elbows are bent. Breathe in. Now we're gonna release the right hand and let that strap come behind your back, and Gomukhasana arms. So we're gonna point one elbow up. Don't worry if you are doing a different side, we're gonna do both sides. And just aligning your elbows so that one is pointing up and one is pointing down. Now you can close your eyes. We're gonna stay here for a couple of seconds. And you can actually wiggle a little bit, maybe bringing the torso slightly to the side. See how that feels. And if that feels good, try moving slightly to the other side. And perhaps crawling your lower hand a little bit higher, deepening the stretch. And for the last few seconds, coming back to center and perhaps rounding a little bit. Noticing the difference, counter stretching by arcing a little bit. Allow the back of your head to push onto the top arm. And then finally finding your center. So vertical, neutral spine. Increase the stretch. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Beautiful, you guys. Now release. And again, grab the strap with both hands and extend your arms forward. We're gonna add a little more. So inhale, center. Exhale, bring your arms to one side. Now pass through center, don't move your torso, and bring the strap towards the other side. And it's a very subtle movement. Imagine that you have an invisible bubble of light protecting your body. Perhaps noticing the temperature. Beautiful, you guys. One more time towards the other side. Conclude back to center. Hold it there. And again, bring it behind your back. Keep your elbows bent. Pause there so that we can prepare to go to the other side. So this time, you're going to release your left hand and grab your strap behind you. Notice any different sensations. So anyone with shoulder injuries, this is a very typical stretch that physical therapists always do. Pointing your elbow up and pointing your opposite elbow down. Notice if you're sacrificing your posture or if you tend to round the chin towards the chest, and explore what we did before, perhaps a little side torso stretch, perhaps the other side. Remember, we're working with the connective tissue. These little adjustments make a big change, a big difference. Rounding or arcing at your own rhythm. Now try to loosen up a little bit. So maybe crawling your lower hand a bit higher. And finally, erected spine. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And simply release the top hand. And you can place that strap next to you. Just shake your hands, your wrists, your fingers, and give your shoulders a little roll by moving them up, back, and down, kind of creating circles. Beautiful, you guys. Now you're gonna bring your hands behind you on the floor and step your feet about hip width apart. Start to wiggle both of your knees to one side and towards the other. So I'm moving my knees towards the left, but again, we're gonna do both sides and towards the right. And I think that's the hardest thing in class, especially in Zoom class. So the next time my knees come to the right, I'm gonna pause there. Just lift your spine really tall, take both arms up and prepare for a twist. We're gonna twist towards the right, and we're not gonna hold it for a long time. See if you can tilt the pelvis in. In other words, you're not exaggerating your lumbar spine. Looking over the shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. That is just to add some yang movement. Now go ahead and simply untwist. And we're gonna extend the left leg. This is where you're gonna grab your strap. So your leg is out towards the side. And using your strap, just place it around your foot. Hold it there. All right, and the opposite arm is gonna rainbow over the head, and you're gonna reach the strap. So you can grab it with the lower hand or with the upper hand. Play with both. So if the top hand is grabbing the strap, you're gonna really feel that stretch on the side torso. And in my opinion, if you grab it with the lower hand, kind of you increase the stretch of your inner thigh, hamstring. So play with that strap. You can explore both ways. Remember, there is no perfect way. And again, just connect to that ether, that space within you. I think the YIN class, that's exactly what it honors. The space that we create or recreate as we breathe and decompress. See if you can point your heart up towards the ceiling. Get a little longer. Keep grounding your sit bones. Take another full breath cycle. Now, don't move your legs, but at the end of the exhale, start to rotate, torso pointing down towards your extended leg. You're gonna inhale and lengthen. Grab your strap, one hand on each side, and then you're gonna fall forward. So this is kind of a modified half butterfly. And again, try not to use a lot of musculature, but instead creating the space along your leg, through your spine. Notice how tense your fingers, your hands, and see if you can back off a little bit. And the more you lengthen your neck, the more you soften the shoulders, allowing them to drop down away from the ears. Now letting your breath be full, expanding your sacrum, your mid-spine, all the way to your upper back. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. Now releasing. You can put the strap on the side, roll up slowly, and begin to wiggle your knees. So again, stepping your feet about hip width apart and wiggling the knees to your left, to your right, without moving the upper body. And the next time that your knees come to your left, you're gonna pause, align your spine, and bring your both arms up, preparing for a twist. Simply rotating, but maintaining a good foundation. So deep breath in, deep breath out. And slowly untwist. And this time we're going to extend the right leg. So same thing as we did before. We're gonna use the strap, place it around the foot. And you're gonna rainbow the opposite arm. And again, we can hold it with both hands or just one. You decide. Play with it because both sides are completely different. Now, don't make the mistake to point the torso down. We want to increase the space on the side of your body. Even if you are flexible enough to grab the foot. When you use a strap, you can relax a little bit more and deepen that fascia stretch. But just use your common sense. Now go a bit deeper, hold it for another moment. And at the end of the exhale, start to rotate torso facing your extended leg. Just take a moment to lengthen and fall forward over your leg. Try to square those shoulders. And again, I invite you to close your eyes. Focus what parts of your body are being massaged and stimulated. Where do you need a little bit more space? We talk so much about having our own space, but we don't talk a lot about our inner space. Space between your thoughts. Space within your heart. Now hold it there one more moment. You guys, and then whenever you're ready, we're gonna start to lift up. Have the strap nearby. We're gonna go all the way onto our back, so just extend your legs forward and begin to lower down one vertebrae at a time. Let your body rebound, connecting to the floor. Take a breath. Inhale. Exhale. And simply allow your legs to separate about the width of your mat. You're gonna grab your strap. And similar to what we did in the very beginning, just keep your arms shoulder width. Now this time, you can keep your arms fully extended. As you inhale, bring both arms overhead. You can point or flex your toes or simply keep them passive. And exhale, lower the arms and repeat. But again, see if you can enjoy the journey, just the process of moving your arms, holding onto that strap. So we're gonna do this one more time. Arms over the head. You're gonna pause there. So again, it's your choice. You can keep your arms bendy or not. And this time we're gonna cross the left ankle on top of the right. going into Bananasana. So bring in your arms towards the right, still holding onto that strap. And carefully grounding your shoulder blades, your sit bones. So again, maybe some of you feel really good stretching fully your arms, but maybe some of you need to bend the elbows. Adjust your neck so that you can tilt it a little bit towards the right. And communicate with your body. Where do you feel the stretch? Are you tensing your toes? Are you opening your chest? Now go a little deeper, take one more moment. And then simply release back to center, extending arms overhead. Uncross your ankles, but keep your legs closer towards each other. Now inhale, get longer. Exhale, bend your right knee. Bring it to your chest and hold it with your strap. Now this is gonna be your step one. And again, that's for those with injuries on your hip or hamstring, and you're welcome to stay there. Otherwise, bring the strap to your foot and extend your leg up into a reclined split. Take the first couple of seconds to play, maybe circling the leg a little bit, maybe curling up, forehead to your knee, and maybe finding full stillness. We're gonna pause there. So even though you are grabbing the strap, try not to put a lot of effort. You're gonna notice that the more you surrender, the more your elbows are going to be bent, and then you're gonna go deeper and deeper. Make sure there is no tension on your neck, your teeth, your jaw. Beautiful, you guys. Now you're gonna hold both straps with the right hand. Prepare. And start to open the leg out to the right. And you're going to stop when your body tells you. So if your leg wants to come all the way to the floor, that's great. And if it doesn't, that's great too. Remember, your sit bones and shoulder blades are flat. Imagine your chest pointing up. Decompress your pelvis so that your inner organs really enjoy the space, the ether, the akasha. That is a space that we create in our yoga mat. A sacred space between the four corners of your mat. Doesn't matter where you are. It becomes a sanctuary. Now hold it there. Take one more breath. And start to bring the leg back to center. Releasing your strap. Rebounding the posture. Giving yourself a breath, a break. Reset. Breathe in. Breathe out. And bending both of your knees to your chest, adding some movement, either rolling sideways or circling your knees. Just a little bit so that we can balance both energies. All right, you guys, slowing down the movement. And as you inhale, pause and extend your legs. Separate your feet, your legs about the width of your mat. Grab your strap and prepare for Bananasana. Letting your arms come over the head. This time you're gonna cross right ankle on top of your left. And start to move your arms towards your left. And again, notice any difference between one side and the other. Notice the parts of your body touching the floor, your sit bones. Your shoulder blades. Adjust your neck. And notice the spirit element. So this has so many names: ether, spirit element, the fifth element, akasha, space. It's all the same. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out slowly. Now coming back to center, uncross your ankles, elongate your body, and then bring your left knee to your chest and using your strap, squeeze your knee. Option to stay here. Otherwise, you can grab the strap and place it on your foot, extending your leg into a reclined split. Some of you can curl up or stay down and continue to bend your elbows, bringing the leg closer to your body. Now pause there, close your eyes, activate your patience, including your forehead, and continue to go inward. Now deep breath in, go a little bit deeper. Deep breath out, finding your limit. Holding the strap with your left hand, prepare. Opening your leg out slowly. And it may be the same as the other side, but it may be different. Now your free hand, your right hand, you can place it on your right hip, or you can open it out like a letter T shape. My leg is resting against the wall And the wall can actually be an amazing prop, especially if you need more support. Adjust your neck and simply follow the movement of your breath, moving your belly, moving your lungs. Hold it for one more moment, deeper and deeper. And whenever you are ready, start to bring the leg back to your center. Now release the strap, grab the strap, and bring both knees to your chest. So using that strap, you're gonna place it on top of your shin bones. Try to relax your elbows down, your forearms, and your upper arms as passive as possible. And simply rock your body sideways. It's a gentle massage for your lower back. Perhaps circling the knees, adding a little bit of yang before we go into a yin version of bridge, using the strap, not the blocks. All right, slow down the movement. Bring your knees to your chest and take the next 3 or 5 breaths to transition into a child's pose, facing the front of your mat. So again, don't rush. We're just gonna come into child's. You can even do the transition with your eyes closed. Spread your fingers. You can open your arms a little wider if you wish. And again, continue to cultivate that akasha, the ether and space in between each vertebrae. Take a full breath in. Take a full breath out. Now we're going to be moving into Pigeon Pose. So if you don't want to do down dog, you can go right away from your child's. Otherwise, I invite you to stretch up into down dog. Again, we're not going to hold it. This is probably a breath or two. We're going to start with the left leg. So you can lift it up or not. And we're going to send the knee forward. Pigeon pose. Now, you are welcome to do our regular yin, very mellow pigeon. But because we have the strap with us, this is for those who are a little bit more open. I invite you to make a little loop with your strap. Grab your back foot and lift it up. So in other words, that's a big stretch for your quad. You can use one hand to balance, the other hand to hold the strap, or you can use both of your hands. Now this is as much as I can do. Some people can actually lean back and touch the foot to the head. That's not me. But I definitely enjoy the stretch on the quad. Now, to make it a little more mellow, you can lean forward, perhaps placing your forearm down. So play with it, adjust. And the key of knowing if this is the right place for me is to ask yourself if you are able to breathe really deep while holding the posture. If you are straining, you're not going to be able to breathe deep. It usually takes a couple of moments for the body to adjust. The body tends to contract for protection. And using the strap, if that doesn't work, just release it and do your regular pigeon. So 2 more breaths here. And then if you're grabbing the strap, start to lift up, removing the strap, and returning back into your child's pose. But again, make those transitions really smooth. Any variation on the child's pose? This is your second one, so perhaps anchor the elbows, perhaps bring your arms down by your sides. And preparing to go into the other side. Again, you're welcome to begin pigeon from your child's. Otherwise, give yourself a stretch in downward facing dog. Perhaps adding a little bit of movement, pedaling knees or shaking head. And with or without lifting leg, bring your right knee in pigeon. Again, ignore me. If you don't want the strap, you can simply come down. But if you feel any kind of benefit from using it, I know some of you are runners, soccer players, so this is the quad. And you can use one hand on the floor for support, or you can use both hands up to create a little more intensity. After a few moments, if you feel ready for more, you can always lean forward. But again, don't sacrifice your breath for the posture. Keep scanning your body through. It's so easy for us to start building tension. Hold it for a couple of extra breaths. And whenever you feel ready, start to release the strap. And this time, we are gonna lift the torso up and we're gonna send the legs forward towards the front of your mat, giving your legs a little shimmy. right, you guys. So if you have the strap that you can make a loop like this, go for it. We're gonna do a supported butterfly. So if you have not done it, is this way. You put your strap as if you were putting on a sweater, and we're gonna bring that strap on the lower back. If you have a towel, it's not gonna work, obviously, but you can still do a recline butterfly. So soles of the feet touch, and as we put that loop through the feet, it's going to give us a little support. So I'm just gonna point the screen so that you can see how that works. Adjust the strap so that it's not too tight, but it's not too loose. And then you can start to lean forward before we lean backwards. So a forward bend first with the strap. See how that feels. We're not gonna hold it for a long time. Just give yourself about 5 breaths. That way you can really adjust the strap. You can really connect to the sensations of your hips, your knees. If you have a towel, it's not gonna work, obviously, but you can still do a recline butterfly. So soles of the feet touch, and as we put that loop through the feet, it's going to give us a little support. So I'm just gonna point the screen so that you can see how that works. Adjust the strap so that it's not too tight, but it's not too loose. And then you can start to lean forward before we lean backwards. So a forward bend first with the strap. See how that feels. We're not gonna hold it for a long time. Just give yourself about 5 breaths. That way you can really adjust the strap. You can really connect to the sensations of your hips, your knees. And who knows, maybe this is what you need, so feel free to stay. But if you are with me, we're gonna start to roll all the way back into a reclined butterfly using that strap. And once you are completely peaceful in your posture, just organize your arms, even if you are sitting down in your butterfly. Maybe hands on your belly if you are reclined, or any other way. The attention is to your hips, your pelvis, your inner thighs, your knee joint. So there's a lot of areas. It would be impossible to deepen all of them. Just pick and choose. Nurture a sense of peace. It's so easy to decrease the space. It's so easy to build tension and tightness in your body. So in silence, hold it. We're gonna stay a bit longer. And the deeper you connect, the more you can sense your heartbeat, the more you can feel your breath bathing every cell within you. So last few breaths here. But whenever you are ready, put some layers. Remember, the body's temperature goes really low in yin. So keep your body warm. Close your eyes. And really connect to that beautiful space around you. Let this final space be your sanctuary to meditation. Quiet the mind, let your body by itself.